As always, we're going to do one of these movie reviews every 2 days. If it's movie season, every Thursday will be a new movie. Like May is a big movie month, so it should be a new movie every Thursday this month. Otherwise, it's going to be previous movies. And then, of course, watch till the end of the video. I will tell you my rating on a percentage. That's how we're going to do these now, just on out of a scale of 100%, I guess. The Fall Guy. This movie was actually a breath of fresh air. This was one of those movies that is kind of rare in current cinema just because we are swamped down now with CGI. CGI has taken over all of the movie business, all of Hollywood, and I personally think it's out of hand. But they even start this movie off. You go from previews to silence your phones in the movie theater to the director of this movie and Ryan Gosling, and they tell you that this is a tribute to stuntmen. The director of this movie apparently used to be a stuntman, and that's what this movie's based around, which I think was terrific because you don't really see that. They even make jokes throughout the movie saying, "Oh, do stuntmen get Oscars?" No. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of appreciation for that kind of work in Hollywood. And I think this movie just did such a terrific job. And the director, obviously, being a stuntman in the past, knew what he was doing. But that part was key throughout. And this movie was unique. It was a movie about a director, Emily Blunt, directing a stuntman, Ryan Gosling, in her own movie, and you're watching the movie. So it's kind of inception-y to a degree, but it worked. I know the concept's been done a few times, but this worked really, really well. And it was funny. That was another thing that I think really stood out. I was in like a decently full theater, and there were scenes throughout the movie that people were laughing in consistently. I heard more people laugh in this movie than some of the Kevin Hart comedy movies I have gone to. This movie was enjoyable, and the humor was different. It wasn't the same like Adam Sandler's a bunch of like fart jokes and stuff like that. It wasn't the same comedy throughout. It was witty, it was unique, and it did a good job. And it also, again, it did a great job about showing the stunts off. They would say what they were doing and then do it. At one point, she calls Ryan Gosling up and she's asking him, "Oh, like in this movie, what do you think about doing like a split screen?" And then on the theater, they do split screen where she's talking, he's talking. And so it's not really breaking the fourth wall, but it's showing you what they're doing in different aspects. And that was refreshing because it's not done often, and they didn't overplay any of these bits that they touched on like that. I'm not going to spoil a bunch of the movie, but they didn't like they did that several times with different bits, and they didn't overdo it. It was done well. It was done to the right degree for the right time frame. This is probably one of the first movies I've seen in a while that I would highly recommend that you actually go and see in theaters because it was a movie worth seeing and worth supporting. Even the action scenes, it was all stunts and it was goofy. They would tell you what stunt they were going to do and then they would do it. And Ryan Gosling played his part well. The only bad acting in the movie was intentional bad acting to make fun of the main character in the movie they were filming. He would have kind of some bad acting bits, but that was intentional. Everything was done intentionally. And I think my favorite part about all of the movie and all of this is I'm an avid moviegoer. I go to the movies a lot. And I don't see the behind the scenes. I don't see what actually goes into place. I don't see all the cameras. None of us do, right? We just go to the movies and we watch the movie. And this, because they were filming a movie of someone filming a movie, you got to see all of that. You got to see what it would be like if they're doing a stunt where it's raining, perhaps, what that would look like from the outside. They would film all the stunts from an outside perspective, which really showed you what it would be like if you were on set and you were in these roles where you were a stuntman or you were a director or like you were a camera person. It showed you what all of those roles mean, and it's something that we don't really get to see as an audience. Overall, I would say I'd give this probably like a 70, let's say 76%. It wasn't something I'm going to rave about and just say, oh, this was fan-fucking-tastic, but it was definitely something that I thoroughly enjoyed. I got to go to the movies after work, turn my brain off, and watch something that was enjoyable from start to finish. And that's all you can really ask for. Let me know what you guys think down below. Again, if you aren't subscribed, consider it. We'll be putting one of these out every 2 days. Yeah, that's all I got for you. Thanks. Bye.